Hello, everyone. This is Jerry, and welcome back to part 2 of this mini-series for ESO's Markarth chapter. Today, we will be seeking out Gwendis's mentor, Count Verendis, in Ravenwatch Castle. So, let's speak with Gwendis and see what she has to say.
Good, you made it. So, I've had some time to think. I know this may seem a little unorthodox, but I want to go into the castle through the secret passage.
A secret passage, but isn't this your castle?
Yes, but we just learned that Count Verandis, my friend, my mentor, and the leader of House Ravenwatch, possesses a Grey Host signet. That disturbs me, and I'm not disturbed easily. I want to investigate this quietly, without attracting attention.
Can't you just ask Count Verendis where he got the signet?
I don't want to do that until I have more information. Verandis and we're... Look, I'm not just going to run in there and hurl accusations at him, especially about something this serious. I want to figure this out before I confront him.
So, what do you want to do?
Verandis stores relics he's collected over the centuries in the castle's cellar. Always keeps the door locked tight. I trust Verandis, but I need to see what he's hiding. I hope this is all a misunderstanding, that I'm wrong about all this. We'll see.
Let's investigate the castle cellar.
This way. The door's over here.
Down into a secret entrance. That I guess you gotta dig up real quick. Oh, well, that was easy. Down we go.
And down we go. Watch out for vermin. We don't fumigate down here as often as we should.
That was my line. Anyways. Oh, spiders. I love spiders. They are my favorite. Just saying, if I ever had to deal with giant spiders like this in real life, I would just... Well, I don't even know. I don't think I could handle that. That's just too much stress in my life for me to deal with. Any other nasty little buggers want to get me before I climb up here? No? Okay. Oh, Oh, and we came out of here. Okay.
Let's hurry to the cellar. I'm fairly certain I can get it unlocked.
Alright. Lead the way. I don't know where I'm going, so...
Give me a moment. Hurry now. Inside.
Okay.
See if you can find the signet. It must be in one of these crates or boxes. Another secret door? I didn't know that was here. It has the same mark as the signet. Maybe.
Well.
It opened. Let's see what's inside.
Gotta love secret rooms hidden behind an armoire.
What is this place? Did Verandis use this as a secret study? Check the desk, would you?
Let's see. Huh.
That letter. What does it say?
Well, I mean, it's nothing good, Gwendis.
That letter. Please tell me it's just an old to-do list or something, and not actually proof that the man I trusted with my life was involved with the Grey Host.
The letter suggests Count Verendis was a member of the Grey Host.
What? Verandis, how could you? I don't want to believe it, and yet here it is, right before my very eyes. Why didn't he ever tell me? I thought I knew everything there was to know about him. No, there has to be more. What else does the letter say?
It mentions an island and a Grey Host castle. There's a map, too.
It's possible that castle no longer exists, but I want to go. I refuse to believe Verandis was part of the Grey Host. There has to be more to this. Some piece of the puzzle that makes sense of everything. Are you still with me?
I'll go with you to investigate the Grey Host Castle.
Thank you. The cart's still waiting outside. We'll take it to the docks and travel by boat from there as we follow this map. Go on ahead. I want to take one more look around. Make sure we didn't miss anything.
I'll meet you by the cart. Just run into doors real quick. Now do we have to go back through the secret entrance? No, we can just go right out the front door, I guess.
Count
Alright.
Verandis, we know you're in there. Open the door, please.
Well, I guess that explains that. I'm gonna grab this little way shrine real quick before we head over
There's
to the
trouble
cart.
in Crestshade, but I'm not sure I'll find a safe haven at that place up there.
Probably not, considering we just discovered the leader is a part of the Grey Host, so yeah, I wouldn't recommend going to find shelter up there. Gwendis?
I think I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Delaying the inevitable won't help anyone, and it won't get me the answers I need. Come on, let's go see what's on this secret island.
What do you think we'll find on this secret island?
Answers, I hope. Look, I have to do this. I'm going to see this journey through, no matter what truth waits at the end. Let's just go. The sooner we get this over with, the better. First, however, take this. You earned it.
Thank you.
That letter we found. I can't believe Verandis was part of something as evil as the Grey Host. I guess we need to go to the secret island, and the castle if it still exists. I won't rest until I learn the truth. The whole truth.
How exactly do we get to this secret island?
We follow the map. We'll take the cart to Shornhelm's coast, hire a ship, and sail to the spot indicated on the back of the letter. Fingers crossed, we'll be there faster than you can say gore apple pie.
Gore apple pie. Interesting. And what do we do when we get there?
Look around, and hopefully find nothing. Determine this was just all a big misunderstanding. That Verandis was never a member of the Grey Host. If not, then I suppose I want to find undeniable proof that my mentor was a monster. So, can we go now?
Yeah, I suppose. I'm ready to travel to the Grey Host's island.
This still doesn't feel entirely real. I can't believe we found a letter tying Verandis to the Grey Host. From Rada al-Saran of all people. At least there's a map. Let's find this damned island and finish this. The cart's waiting.
I'm gonna click this just to see if there's any other options. Remind me, why are we going to this island again?
We discovered a signet that looks just like one my mentor, Count Verandis, used to have. A signet that belonged to Rada al-Saran. When we searched Ravenwatch Castle, we found an old letter to Verandis, requesting he come to a secret island.
What do we know about this secret island?
Not much. The letter mentioned a name, Greyhome. Kind of pretentious if you ask me. And there's supposed to be a castle. If it's still there after all these centuries, maybe we can learn more about Verandis and his connection to the Grey Host.
I'd say very pretentious, but hey. You really think Count Verandis was a part of an army of werewolves and vampires?
I don't know what to think. Maybe he was forced to join them, or lied to, or tricked, or... You know what? Speculating is pointless. We have an island to find. Let's get on with it.
We never found Verandis' signet.
No, but I'm sure it was the same as the one from Viridian Watch. Not that it matters. You read the damn letter. It proves... I don't know what it proves. That my mentor might have been part of a cabal of vampires that tried to conquer Tamriel?
Well, you're not wrong there. Let's head on out to Greyhome. Gives me some, well, better vibes than Castle Volkihar, I think, in Skyrim. This looks a lot nicer to be a vampire castle.
This is where the map led us. A lovely and ominous spot for a foreboding Grey Host castle, don't you think? If we can't find something about Rada al-Saran and Verandis here, then I'm not sure where else to look.
How do you want to do this?
While it seems obvious to start with the unnecessarily ostentatious vampire castle over there, I think we should survey the island first. The Grey Host may be gone, but they could have left traps, and who knows what kind of wildlife lives here.
What kind of traps?
I don't know. Something gothic and ridiculous. I don't like to generalize, but vampires tend toward the dramatic. Just be careful. We won't learn anything about Verandis and the Grey Host if we go and get ourselves killed.
Let's go look around the island. I'll follow you first, I suppose. I'm expecting gargoyles. And vampiric saber cats, apparently.
What is that thing? Did it just pulse at me? Did you see that? That crystal thing clearly reacted. It pulsed as I approached it.
Do you think it's some kind of trap?
Well, it hasn't exploded or fried us to a crisp yet, so I'm thinking no. Probably not. I've seen something like this before, part of a ward. I think it responds to the presence of a vampire, like those sigils we saw.
So what do we do with these crystals?
Now that they're awake, it should be simple enough to deactivate them. I'm not sure if your eyes are as good as mine, but I think I see a few more up ahead. I'll keep watch while you deal with the crystals.
I'll try to deactivate the crystals.
Well done. Let's go deal with the rest of the ward crystals.
Alright then. There's one way off over there. And vampiric saber cats. Oh no. You thought regular saber cats were bad. Just wait until one of them tries to suck your blood out of you. 'Cause that's the absolute worst. It's bad enough to get your face mauled by a regular saber cat, but vampiric one is even worse. Same with a vampiric bear. Once again, I keep pressing freaking Alt instead of freaking Shift. Yeah, cool. Just die already. Thank you. I'm hoping it's... yeah, it's right up there. I was like, is it in here? Okay, gargoyles. What did I tell y'all? Hell, that's just really rude. Gonna just save up some of my stamina. Do gotta say though, I feel like stamina builds have been nerfed a little, but maybe that's just me.
You're pretty good at this.
'Cause I don't remember me burning through stamina in Elsewhere as I do in Greymoor, but I don't know. I never fully looked through much of the patch notes, so I'm not too sure how accurate that might seem to me. But it does kind of feel nerfed, because I really don't remember running out of stamina that much. Spectral Assassin, I'm gonna avoid you. And just take out this crystal too. That's all the way up in this tower. Do gotta say though, I really love this gothic architecture for the vampires.
Good job. Let's find another ward crystal.
And not that the architecture in Castle Volkihar was that bad, but it gave me more Nordic vibes than gothic vampire vibes. But the vampire architecture in this game definitely gives me gothic vampire vibes. Just everything just looks very nice. Kinda wonder where this is actually. But it's probably like a little thing. Oh, okay, well. Definitely far away from where Castle Volcar would be. 'Cause if I'm not wrong, it was like over here in Skyrim. Yeah, come on, Gargoyle. Do your worst. Okay, well, its worst was not its best, that's for sure.
That was definitely a rumble. Let's go check the castle.
Let's go do that then. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe going forward in ESO, we can probably see some of this unique architecture. But, you know, I get it. It's... with games like Skyrim and all that, you kind of just gotta work with the assets that you currently have available to you. Meanwhile, in an MMO, you can kind of be a little bit more flexible with your assets.
The way looks clear. Let's see if we can get inside.
Because, I mean, yeah, the Dawnguard DLC was DLC and all, but once again, I'm pretty sure they only had to work within the strict requirements of
I
the
hate to
assets
admit
they
it,
had.
but this place is impressive.
Really? I mean, I guess it could be nice. It was probably nicer when it was first built and finished.
This place must have been impressive back in the day, but now it's just decrepit. Looks like it's been abandoned for centuries. Luckily, I came prepared. How do you feel about trying something unconventional?
Thank you for realizing what I just said. What do you mean, unconventional?
The members of House Ravenwatch exchange vials of their own blood. That shows a rare level of trust, even among vampires, since blood can be used in all sorts of spells, both beneficial and harmful. I brought some of Verandis' blood with me.
How is Verandis' blood going to help us?
By putting a drop of his blood in this potion, we can dreamwalk and access any memories Verandis has of this place. I'll leave it here on the table for when you're ready. I'd drink it myself, but a dreamwalk requires an impartial participant.
Is a dreamwalk dangerous?
Dangerous? Not usually. The potion mixes alchemy and magic, Verandis' own design. It lets the imbiber experience the memories of the person whose blood is added to the concoction. The potion is on the table. Make sure you drink the whole thing.
I'll drink the dreamwalk potion and find out what I can. Okay, well, let's see what this castle looked like back in the day.
Exarch Verandis, while we have your crates moved to your study, Exarch Singalis and Ulfra would like a word.
Sure. Well, actually, let's speak with you first.
It is good to see you, Exarch Verandis. Lord Rada al-Saran will be pleased you accepted his invitation. You have been terribly missed. Exarchs Ulfra and Singalis asked me to send you to them as soon as you arrived. They wish to speak with you.
I'm no exarch, dear Faustine. I want nothing to do with grandiose titles or Styric's army.
Of course, Lord Verandis. My apologies. Please, you shouldn't keep the Exarchs waiting.
Where can I find Ulfra and Singalis?
Exarch Ulfra likes to look out over the courtyard from the eastern balcony. Exarch Singalis rarely leaves his laboratory on the upper level. Both want to see you. I will inform you once your crates have been moved to the study set aside for you.
Please take care with the apothecary chest. Many of the components are irreplaceable. Definitely looks a lot nicer when, it's not all decrepit. Hmm. Head through here. I'll speak with Ulfra.
Can you smell them, Verandis? Prey on the wind. We should be out hunting them, not uselessly debating in these halls of stone.
You wanted to speak with me, Ulfra.
When you see Lord Rada al-Saran, do not continue your age-old argument. He needs to remain focused. I'll never understand your obsession with sheep, Verandis. There are hunters and prey. We are hunters. Your sympathy for prey borders on the insane.
You were mortal once.
As were you, until Molag Bal made you into something more, something worthy. Lord Hircine made me one of his most powerful hunters, because he knew mortality restricted me. I could not reach my full potential until he rescued me from that fate.
All I suggest is that we live in peace with mortals. They outnumber us after all.
The wolf does not fear 1,000 rabbits. It merely enjoys the bounty Hircine has provided. Humans, no matter how large their pathetic armies grow, will never threaten us. Come to your senses, Verandis. Come back to your brothers and sisters.
I won't stop trying to convince you that my course is the correct one.
You're a fool, Verandis. You always have been. Why does Lord Rada al-Saran continue to humor you? We don't need you on the Grey Council. You aren't even fit to be one of Styric's foot soldiers. Go bother someone else with your nonsense.
This is an impressive castle that Rada al-Saran has had
Greyholm
constructed.
is impressive. I won't deny that. But I detest all the sitting around and debating. I'm a hunter. I ache to feel a mortal writhe in my grasp, to watch their blood spray against the dirt. Don't you?
You know that is not my way, Ulfra.
Why do I even try to talk to you about such things? Lord Rada al-Saran should have dealt with you years ago, but he keeps calling you back.
Well, I guess in a way they want to try and, I don't know, humanize the Grey Host? Make them seem like they're not all that bad. Even though they kinda are, but hey. Let's see what crazy Singalis has to say.
Ah, Verandis. Good. I wanted to talk to you. I never tire of looking at this creation. Tell me again, why did you abandon your stone husks? I thought you wanted your precious mortals to enjoy the everlasting life of their betters.
The mortal I resurrected went bad, Singalis. The experiment failed.
Is that what bothers you? One small failure and you abandon such promising research. You had the opportunity to seize control of existence itself. To control both life and death. Such power is unimaginable, yet you squander it.
So Verandis is the one who made the stone husks, and Singalis continued his work. Interesting. One failure was more than enough. Even power such as you describe is not worth the cost.
Cost? Bah! What cost? Mortals are as cheap and plentiful as grains of sand on a beach. Once you mastered your creation, you'd be able to resurrect them at will. They would worship you as a god. Wouldn't that bring about the peace you crave?
We are not their gods, Singalis. We are their equals.
How can you be so misguided? Mortals are so far beneath us they cannot even comprehend their own inadequacy. I only hope Lord Rada al-Saran can talk some sense into you. Meanwhile, I will study this creation. Perhaps even succeed where you failed.
I hope you do succeed, Singalis.
How I have missed our endless debates, my friend. How deep and fascinating discussions about science and philosophy. I look forward to renewing that exchange. If you haven't presented yourself yet, you should go see Lord Rada al-Saran.
But your own research, Singalis.
I've been quite successful in your absence. Rada al-Saran discovered a strange relic beneath the Reach. I spent weeks examining it. It's quite remarkable, and I've only scratched the surface of the possibilities it might offer our kind.
That sounds fascinating. What kind of relic?
I'd prefer not to draw any conclusions until I've had time to examine it at length. But I welcome the chance to discuss it with you once you've settled in.
Verandis, my friend. At long last.
But yeah. Okay, that is a person dancing in what I think might be... Well, that's clearly not blood. But, yeah. I'm thinking that Verandis has a weak spot for mortals, seeing them as equals. Meanwhile, the rest of the Grey Host members, well, see them as food and prey, because they are hunters. But anyways, let's speak with Rada al-Saran.
How good to see you, Verandis, my old friend. You look well. Our halls have felt quite empty without you. What do you think of our new home? Is it not, as I wrote in my letter, everything one could ask for?
You've built a grand castle, old friend, but I must know, have you considered my request?
To parley with the mortal queen. I have, but my stance has not changed. The Grey Host's strength has grown over the centuries, while dozens of mortal kingdoms have risen and fallen. What sense is there in revealing ourselves to them now?
Mortals are not as you remember them. Empress Hestra would make a fine ally.
What mortals gain from an alliance with us is obvious. But what benefit do we receive from them? King Styric and our Grey Host could crush this Empress Hestra and her armies in a day. I know you worry for our people, Verandis, but you need not.
You can't continue to war against the mortals. There are simply too many of them.
For such a brilliant mind who helped conceive our Grey Council, you can be so short-sighted, Verandis. I will say this. If the mortals do not move against us, we will not move against them. But I cannot protect your precious mortals from themselves.
I believe in the Grey Council, not Styric's Grey Host. And an alliance would protect us all.
Enough talk of alliances and mortals. It has been too long since we last saw one another, Verandis. Let us speak of better times. Drink the blood offered, and contemplate the tremendous responsibility we bear to keep our people safe.
I would like to continue our discussion of an alliance with the mortals later, my friend.
Of course, Verandis. I know you too well to think you would let the topic go so easily. I promise we will speak of it again. There is no need to rush. We have not seen each other in an elf's age. I would hear what you have been up to, my brother.
We are immortal. We have all the time in the world to catch up.
And yet you waste years away from your family, caring for those who live short and meaningless lives. Ah, Verandis, is my word not enough to appease you? We will speak more of this later. For now, I wish to discuss more pleasant topics.
I spoke with Ulfra and Singalis.
Good. You cannot imagine how much I have leaned upon them in your absence. It should please you to know that Ulfra shows restraint these days, and I know Singalis would love to discuss his experiments and research with you.
They don't understand the dream, Rada al-Saran.
They understand little that does not serve their own needs. They do not understand why we started the Grey Council, or what an asset you are to the Grey Host. It will take much to convince them to make peace with mortals.
Why did you invite me here if you're unwilling to talk about this?
We have talked, and I have listened. I have humored your ideals far longer than they deserve. I invited you because you will flourish here, Verondis. You belong here, among your brothers and sisters, not meandered in the tribulations of mortal life.
The dream didn't start with us ruling over mortals.
Your dream and mine are similar, my friend, but they are not the same. This friction between us, it thins my patience. Still, this place, no matter how grand, did not feel complete until you returned. You belong here, Verondis.
Well, I don't know about that. Let's go.
Lord Verandis, I apologize for the delay. The study is ready for you.
Alright then, thank you, Steward Faustine. I'll go check out Verandis' study. And read his journal.
Easy, friend. It's time to wake up. Find the dream walk potion and drink it.
Alright. Let's see what Gwendis has to say.
You cried out in your sleep just before you woke up. What happened?
I
Are
went
you all
to
right?
I went to Verandis' study and the dream and tried to read his journal.
Oh, that would explain it. Don't worry, it's not you. It's almost impossible to read in a dream walk. But did you say Verandis' study? He had a study in this terrible place? Was he truly a member of the Grey Host?
He was, and something called the Grey Council. But he wanted them to make peace with mortals.
Sounds like Verandis. That's why he founded the Raven Watch after all. To allow vampires like us to gather safely, only feed on willing subjects, and help mortals instead of preying upon them. So, he wasn't hoping to conquer Tamriel?
No, he argued for an alliance with mortals. He truly wanted peace.
Then, he didn't lie to me. He's still the man I know and trust. He left out a few things, of course, but I'll deal with that another time. That study of his, it might still be here. Can you lead me to it?
I can lead you to the study. Alright, let's go find Verandis' study and see if his journal is still there. Not too sure what those sigils are, but I'm gonna try and avoid them. Because they're probably traps. And I don't want to know what would happen if I triggered one of them.
After all this time, his scent lingers in this place.
Well, I mean, I can't smell, but sure. Interesting.
Did you find the journal? What's it say?
Well, he did some interesting experiments from the look of it.
The journal was still here? Amazing! What did it say?
Verandis attempted to resurrect humans and vampires using stone husks.
Let me see that. Huh. Ritual's simple enough. Just light some candles and place the reliquary. It looks like he abandoned the research before ever testing it on a vampire. Something about life energy and too great a cost.
I think Singalis used his research to resurrect the Grey Host in Skyrim.
Right. Zingalis must have continued Verandis' experiments and refined them. You know, when a vampire dies, our souls go to Cold Harbor, to Molag Bal. This may be our chance to get answers directly from a member of the Grey Council.
You want to pull a member of the Great Council out of Cold Harbor?
Why not? They're evil. Who cares what the ritual does to them? We have to interrogate them and find some weakness. Some way to stop the Grey Host. Go downstairs and find the reliquary Verandis wrote about. Then meet me in the ritual chamber.
I'll go get the reliquary then.
Get the reliquary and meet me in the ritual chamber.
Alright, well, I'm actually going to call this episode here. We will continue this in the next episode. Thank you all for watching, and stick around for more of this Let's Play series. I hope you all have a good day and or night, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.